Hey, we are live. Can you hear me? Live, live, live. And here. So you know how it goes. Give it a little time for people to come in. Thank you so much, everyone. And as you know, let me just post. I'm just going to post the Rumble. Okay, please don't tell me it didn't do it. Okay, great, it did. I'm going to post the Rumble. Okay, welcome. As soon as I came here, of course, I start feeling thirsty as hell. It's so strange. All right, guys. So just gonna wait till everyone comes in. As you come in, hit the like button. You know how it goes. Hit the like. Okay, hit the like button. Hey, Chanelly. We're gonna have some fun tonight, hon. Okay, I'm waiting till everyone comes in. Guys, and I don't ever want people to think that, you know, that they have to like book a consultation or do whatever, to be a part of like, my community. No. No, 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 not at all. Okay. So I'm waiting for people to come in. Hey, Carter, welcome. Okay, I'm just waiting till the people start coming in before we have some fun. Thank you for being here. All right, 2 more minutes and we're going to get started. Welcome. Thank you so much. Guys, don't ever think that you have to, hey, Linda, don't ever think that you have to book a consultation or you have to like whatever to be a part of this community. Don't ever think that, or you have to like I said to you guys, if you want to be a part of the group training and you don't have a dime, I don't care. Just be there. You understand? And if you're there, don't ever think that, oh, I have to send her money. No, you don't. Like, seriously. Hey, Teresa. No, you don't. Okay. I always tell people, look, if I have a group training and you want to be a part, just say, hey, Renata, can I be a part of the group training? Yeah. I'll never tell you no. Now, the only thing that I really charge for is if it costs me something, like the herbs cost something, like the consultation. That's a massive amount of energy going out. I just want you guys to have the knowledge to survive. You understand? And to thrive with what's going on. That's my thing. But anyway, enough of me talking, guys. I'm about to drop the hammer. 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 Okay, I'm about to drop the hammer. Okay, we're gonna get started. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Now, I know a lot of religious people are not going to like this, but I don't care. Let me say this again. I don't care. We've been lied to. Okay? Okay. All right. So, I know a lot of religious people are not going to like this, but I don't care. We got to wake up. 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 All right, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Number one, let me do this one, and let me present screen. All right. Okay, wonderful. Everyone can see this screen. We're going to get started. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, great. The words are clear on the screen. Let's have some fun. So we're going to start this by saying, I am not a believer in how this Bible has been written. I am not a believer that it is the word of God. I am not a believer that it's infallible. The reason why I say that is I want people to just simply open their eyes. The world has been under the dominion of this Old Testament God for 6,000 years. Look at the amount of bloodshed on the planet. It's billions of people that have been mass murdered since this God of the Bible have been ruling this planet. Don't get me started on the number of people burned, tortured, crucified under this Old Testament deity and these Old Testament Elohim. Okay? Now, I want to go to a specific scripture. And what we are doing is we are awakening. I don't have a problem with Jesus. Let me make something clear. I don't personally believe in Jesus, but I do believe there is a Christ energy. Okay, but I don't really have a problem with Jesus, the being, but I do have a problem with the Old Testament and the Old Testament God. I do, a real problem. And I believe that the Old Testament God is a devil. I believe they gave us a devil and turned a devil, a wicked entity, into a god, and the planet has been drenched in blood ever since. Okay, but that's my belief. That is my belief. Well, it's steeped in facts, but whatever. So let's get to, we're looking at this earth and we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together of this planet before the flood. And from what I can gather, from what we saw from the pictures, we saw that the earth was one. We saw that the earth was one. And we looked at the writings of the ancients who left their writings in the mountains. And they did that on purpose because they knew that that entity, Yahweh, was going to flood this planet, destroy this planet, lie on the ancient civilizations, okay, and then change the entire planet, okay? And I know this is going to offend a lot of Christians, but I don't care. It's time for you guys to wake up and really take a look at the amount of bloodshed. And the reason why there is the amount of bloodshed is because the planet is under an illegal blood covenant. And it's something Christians do not want to look at. Bloodshed and blood covenants can never be holy. It's satanic. Blood belongs in the body. Blood does not belong as food for an entity. So we have to wake up to this. And we're learning now that the people who claim to be the chosen are frauds. So if the people who claim to be chosen are frauds, how can the word still be true? It's a lot of waking. We have to wake up. And the main thing is, I'm not here to attack anyone, but the main thing I'm here to do is to attack the blood covenant. And the reason why that's important is because as long as we agree to blood covenant, we agree to being murdered. It's a passive agreement to be murdered, people. Okay? I'm going to repeat myself. No true creator accepts blood as an offering. We got to wake up to this. right? Okay, so now we're putting the pieces of the puzzle back together. Granted, Texas is only one state and it's a tiny landmass. But when I'm done showing you what's in Texas and how what's in Texas literally connects to the entire pre-flood civilization of an advanced race, you're going to say, whoa, what really was Texas in the ancient world? I showed you the pyramid in Texas. I didn't even tell you my experience there. I showed you the ancient pyramids in Texas, the stepped pyramids. I showed you that the stepped pyramids is carved exactly like Pharaoh wearing his crown, and that is Osiris. Okay? And when we're dealing in the realm of Osiris, we're dealing with what they call the creation. So which means we're going way before the human race was populated, when the gods lived on earth. And that's something that has been removed from human consciousness, when the gods, the creator gods, lived on earth, right? And all of that is in Texas, right? Oracle of, you're in Texas. Yeah. Texas is like an ancient, like a major mega base for the ancient civilizations, right? Okay, so now, funny enough, Texas is very religious and Christian, and they're never going to pay attention to this video, but who cares? Okay, now I have a problem with this, but we're going to read it anyway. I think this is what caused us to fall. This is what caused, I do not believe this is a good thing. Let's start. So we're at Genesis 11, gene of Isis. I believe these are mistranslations. This is my opinion. The Old Testament has been hijacked, mistranslated. The original people exterminated, went into hiding or removed, and then they twisted it, gave it to someone else that it has nothing to do with. Okay, and then mistranslated it and then presented as, oh, we're God's chosen, when there's no such sort of thing. There's no such thing as God's chosen. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Have you ever heard of a parent who has 5 children and chooses one of the child over the 5? You're going to cause hell. No parent is going to do something like that. That's men's imagination and men's ego. No God, I don't care how you switch it. No creator God, just like no parent is going to choose one child over their children. Now, what you do have, and this is just biology, you will have a firstborn, you will have a middle child or middle children, and then you would have a lastborn. But you're not going to have a chosen. So, people, we need to demolish this. Now, let's get to the fun part. Let's start here. And the whole earth was one language and of one speech. Okay. Came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in Shinar and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and slime for the mortar. They said, let us go build a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. Okay, you know, I think that's a cuckoo tower, but whatever. Let us make a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Now, we don't particularly know what this tower is, right? But what I find fascinating is just this part. Just this part. Just this part. Why is this important? The whole earth was one. There were different peoples on the earth. There was black, there was white, there was the red man, there was the yellow man, there was the brown man, whatever. But the people of the earth were one. The people of the earth were one. I want to show you, remember, in our, hold on. Remember this mountain. Do you guys remember when I outlined this mountain, and I have to go back and edit this because the mountain, the ancestor said to me, I made a mistake. There are some faces in here that I forgot. Remember this mountain? Where we have this face here with the lips. We have this man here. We have the Nilot, we have the Kushi, we have the Bantu. I have to go back and redo this. Does everyone remember this mountain here? We have the Asians up here. Thank you, Ikara. Anybody else? And this is an Osirian base. Osiris. This is the story of Osiris and Isis, who I believe were the true creators of humanity. I do not believe, let me say this again, I do not believe that Yahweh created the human race. I do believe that Yahweh created a reiteration of the human race as a slave race. We are talking about before Yahweh. Hey, okay, I didn't even do a roll check. Let me do like a quick roll check. Okay. Zuri, Avion, Chanelli, Macapo, Linda, Chanelli, Teresa, Two Wavy, E. Carter, Teresa, Zuri, Amun, okay, Connor, Oracle, welcome. Now, this is the story. This mountain is the story of Isis and Osiris. And I'm going to go back and do the update because there's a race missing here. Okay. And this is the story before the flood. Let me say that again. This is where it gets really important. This is the story before the flood. And this mountain is Osiris and Isis, depicting the human race as titans. Oh, did everybody catch that? Depicting the original man in all his shades, in all his colors, as titans. So what does that tell you? It tells you that there was a race of humans before the flood, and none of them look like hybrids. All of them look like an iteration, a specific lineage, a specific bloodline of humans. Okay? And we have from, I have to go back and update it because I made some mistakes. We have from the Bantu all the way back to the Caucasians on this end. And you got to read it right to left because they wrote right to left and top down. So we have what I call this Australopithecus, but I was wrong. This is a Bantu all the way back, and it's in a line. And this line, I think, represents the genetic code, this chalk line. This is the genetic code that ties and binds the human race together. It's carved in this Osirian mountain of Osiris and Isis. And I'm going to go do a video on this one again as an update. Okay. And here we see the line that binds them. But what's interesting is that there's a whole race missing here that was either gutted out or purposely left out. But this depicts the humans before the flood. This is 8,000 feet above sea level. And this area was under the sea 500 million years ago. But this was not under the sea, but the sea came up to here 500 million years ago. Okay, and they allege the flood was 6,000 years ago when in fact it was about 10,000 years ago. Okay, we're going to do this mountain again. We're not here for this. But the reason why I'm using this is because what this mountain is saying is that Isis and Osiris created a race of humans that were titans, mighty, and powerful. Now, I know whites don't like to hear this, but I'm not here to appease whites. And I know blacks don't want to hear this, and I'm not here to appease blacks. You know me, I don't care. But this mountain shows you the Osirian mountain, the Osirian Isis mountain shows you from the darkest of the blacks on one end to the whitest of the whites. And they are tied together with one genetic code. Created by Isis and Osiris. You see, something that religion is missing in their creation story. The creation story, the bill of goods they sold us was that a male deity created women. Never. Never. Every ancient civilization tells you the creation of male and female was done by male and female gods. But modern religion tells us it's a man that created both. Bullshit. We need to wake up and realize we've been had. So we're not here for this mountain today. This was just a reference for you to look at. So what we learned from this mountain, and I'm going to go through that mountain again. Hey, Connor. Is that we learned that the human race is one with one genetic strand from the darkest of the darkest to the whitest of the whitest. There is a strand that binds the entire human race under Osiris and Isis. But under this God Yahweh, we get a chosen race. Bullshit and nonsense, people. Wake up. It's either you're the creator of everything or you're not. Let me say that again. It's either you're the creator of everything or you're not. So guys, I love reading your comments. So keep posting the comments. Love reading it. Okay? Because some people get so enthralled that they don't leave comments. I'm like, comments, because I love reading your comments. Okay? All right. So we're not here for this mountain, but I'm going to close it down. Okay? So let's start. Now that we looked at that mountain, now that we looked at this mountain and we see the human race was one. Do you see this white? This white is not an accident. This white is saying there is a tie that binds them all together. They are one. Let's get to Genesis 11. Boom! Did everyone catch that? Did everyone catch that? Thank you, Mapako. Let me show you guys again. Remember, this is before the flood. We see the Bantu, we see the Nilot, we see the Kushi, we see the Australopithecus, we see the Persians, we see the what you call Arabs. Okay, we see here comes the nose of the Turks. This is the Turks. Okay, we see up here the Asians. We see the Asian people up here. Okay, and they come out of the Nilot. We see here the nose. This is the Turkish nose, the ancient Turks. Now their noses are straighter. Okay, there's a race missing here. Wonder who could they be? And then we get to the Western Europeans. You see how straight his nose is? Okay, but what's powerful about this pre-flood mountain? What's powerful about this pre-flood mountain is that there's a white strand that binds them all. What do you think that white strand means? E. Carter, you said it. We come from what? One. Black people don't like to hear it. I don't give a damn. And many white people are encoded with a racist .exe file. I don't give a double damn. Now, there are whites who do not come from this human strand on earth. And I recognize that. There are whites who do not come from the Osiris strand on earth. That's fine by me. I am talking about the strand that was created here. Okay? We are one. Now watch this. Now watch their size. This is a mountain, people. This is a mountain. Now watch their size. What could have possibly carved this into the mountain? A titan. A titan. We're talking about before the flood. Now watch this. Boom! Genesis 11. And the earth, the whole earth, was of one language and one speech. And something didn't like that the human race was one. And we have been programmed to believe that's a bad thing, when in fact, it was not a bad thing. The whole earth was one language and one speech. One language and one speech. Boom! Is it making sense? Is this mountain beginning to make sense? Is this mountain beginning to make sense? All one. Then, boom. White people hate black people. Black people hate white people. Whites hate Asians. Asians hate blacks. Asians hate Indians or Hindus. Hindus hate Asians, Far East Asians, because they're South Asians. The Arabs hate the Persians. The Persians hate the Arabs. Everybody hates the Africans. The Africans are like, what did we do? We didn't do anything to everybody. Everybody just robs us and hates us at the same time. The Africans are like, we didn't do anything. Why does everyone hate us? The Christians hate the Muslims. The Muslims hate the Christians. Why? Because we are under amnesia. Not just under amnesia. When they destroyed us from being titans, they recreated the matrix. I'm not yelling, I'm sorry. They recreated the matrix and they changed history. And they did this. Watch this. Hold on. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. Watch this. And the Lord said, behold, I don't think this is a good thing. Behold, the people is one. Watch this. Boom! In a mountain in Texas. Am I the only one that can see the entire human race? The hair, the nose, the lips, the chin, the prognostication carved into this mountain. Am I the only one that see the skulls, the eyes, the nose carved into this mountain? Right here. I don't think this is a good thing, people. And the Lord said, look, the people is one. Watch this. What was the Lord afraid of? And they have one language. It's in that mountain. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Watch this. Go to, let us go down and confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. Whites hate blacks. Don't even pretend like you don't, because you do. You think everything wrong in America is because some black people. And I'm like, no, my dear. The leaders of the country do not represent the people. You have a .exe file encoded in your head. You are under programs. The blacks hate the whites, primarily because of history. And I'm like, black people, you can't live in the past. How many decent white people are there today? But I know there's money to be made in division and racism. If I had a channel that was pushing white people did this and white people did that and white people, I have 1 million followers and I'd be rich. And if I was white and pushing black people and Obama did this and Obama did that and this, that, I'd be rich. But because I tell people all of this is fuckery, I got 30 people watching. You see how the shit is going? The Lord said, let's go down and let's sow division among them. Whoa, 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 whoa. So if the Lord came down and sowed division, that means at one point in time, all the people of the earth lived in peace as one, carved into a mountain in Texas. But we're not here for this mountain today. We'll get back to it. But I want you to stick to this. And watch this, the whole earth was one. Let's go back. And the Lord said, look, the people is one. I'm going to prove it to you today that we, the black race, the white race, the Asian race, when I say Asian, I mean Far East, Southeast, Near East. We, the Caucasians, I'm not Caucasian, but we, the Caucasian, I'm specifically speaking not to Caucasians that are mixed with lizards and all this stuff. I'm speaking, and the black lizards and the Asian lizards. All of you could keep killing and enjoying, whatever, destruction and chaos. We ain't here for none of you. I am talking about the people who were created by Osiris and Isis that have a genetic strand among us. And I believe we are the ones that they are hunting and killing. I strongly believe we are the ones they are trying to destroy, the ones with the Isis Osirian code. Oh, I miss you guys. If you are from Australia, if you are from the Pacific, if you are from the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, give me the other oceans, guys. Okay, the North Atlantic, the South Atlantic, the Mid-Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific, the Indian. Okay? No matter where you are on planet Earth, I believe it's the Isis Osirian bloodline. The Isis Osirian bloodline. They are after. That is why they programmed us to believe the fact. These people are hypocrites. They tell you Tesla invented all these kinds of energies, and at the same time, brainwash people and tell people the pharaohs were evil. Where the hell did Tesla get all this knowledge from, these energies from? The pyramids in Egypt. Okay, we were one. We were one, and we have a very hard DNA in us to break, and it's us thereafter. Behold, the people is one. Stick a pin in that. We're gonna have some fun now. Let's get started. Hold on. Oops. Let's get started. This is the Atlantean base. I gotta slow this down. Let's see here. Look at this. I'm sorry for the trucks. Can't slow it down, but whatever. Let's see if I can slow it down. I want you guys to see that. Sorry about the trucks. Look at the shape of this. Oh, will you get lost? Look at that. I got the pictures. Let's go back and watch it from the beginning. You're going to go slowly. Look at the head of this mountain. Let's see if I can make this bigger. There we go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. This is a mountain in Texas. Do you see a face watching you? Or better yet, watching, it was watching me. Do you see the face watching? Thank you, Ikata. Anybody else? Thank you, Ikata. Nobody else? Nobody else? No one else sees the face? Is it because I'm challenging your religious beliefs? You see the face, but you don't want to see the face? This is what survives the flood, people. Only 2 people can see the face? All right, let's move. Let's keep going. Look at that. Thank you, Paige. Welcome, Paige. Thank you, Chanelli. Thank you, Teresa. Look at that. Look at that. Does that look like the side of a mountain to you? Or does that look like an ancient temple that eroded from being there millions of years? Doesn't that look like giant statues carved on the side of a mountain to you? I'm going to show you it in pictures. Do you see them? This, yes, Avion, a temple. Yes, a temple. Now, how old do you think this thing is? That these statues on the side, an army. Oh, E. Carter, you on it, sis. Very intricate. Oh, when I drop the hammer on you, you're going to say, we've been lied to. We've been lied to. We've been lied to. Purposefully carved. Millions of years. Does this look like pareidolia or intelligent design? And don't forget, in this area, we're going up 8,000 feet above sea level. How old do you think this thing is? In West Texas. We're going to break down the pictures. This is the videos, okay? This is one of the ancient megaliths that I'm going to take you to. You guys have to see this. Now watch this one. Watch this one. I want you guys to see this one. Hold on. Boom! Do you see the door? Look at my mouse. Look at my mouse on the screen. Do you see the door? How old do you think this thing is? Bingo, Avion! Ah! Do you see? Boom! The door! But we're not here for the door. This is one of the ancient megaliths of the Americas that you will be taken to in West Texas. Okay, let's continue. Look. Look. I wish there was a way I could zoom in. Hold on. I'm going to have to use the photo, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Look. Okay. Let's continue. Now watch this part. Boom! Does this look? And does this look like pareidolia to you? And look at what they did. You see this part? You see this part here? This is where the water reached. Guys, keep posting your comments. You can see this is where the water was. Yes, Quest for Truth. Some are from the bloodline of the race that was seated on earth, and some are not from the race that was seated on earth. And until we get there, until we come to that conclusion, you'll never understand racism. I see a lion. Yes, Avion. Now, we know the Americas have mountain lions, but this ain't no damn mountain lion. This looked like a lion from Africa or a lion from Asia. Now, what? Why is there a mountain with a face? You guys saw the face looking up to the heavens with a domed head? We're going to look at the picture. Let's finish watching the video. Let's finish watching the video. I'm going to show you the video. I'm just stopping so you guys can soak in everything, because I was at an angle. I couldn't get all of the photos. Okay. You see the terracotta titans carved into the mountain. You see where the sea water reached. Are you seeing where the sea waters would have reached? So this was above the sea. This was below in the desert of West Texas. A sphinx. And by the way, on the excursion, one of the people on this excursion I was with said, that looks like a lion. By the way, do you see the figurines? The titans? Do you see them? Perfect symmetry. The head, the body, the knees, the legs. Perfect. All of them with perfect symmetry. Do you see this one? Carved and in the tradition of the Asians. Carved from one piece of rock. When I tell you, the ancients wrote on rock, on the sides of mountains. Why do I say that? Because our ancestors were titans. That's why we have no memory. You know why we have no memory of the ancient past? Because we were changed. We were altered, our minds erased, and I'm about to hit you with something. We got shrunk. They shrunk us. Like today, they're shrinking men's penises and they're shrinking their testicles. They shrunk us and wiped our minds clean. But they could not wipe the genetic memory. That's why no matter what they try to do to us, that genetic memory wakes up. They made our brain small. They shrunk us. We went from titans to giants to tall people. Now we're dwarfs, and now they're going to turn us into computers with no souls. If we let them. Let's continue. Do you see this one here? Look at this being. Now we're moving from the humans to the beings. You see this? This is all beings. You see them? You see them? You see them? Let's continue. The ancients wrote on the sides of mountains. Now let's go. Watch this. I'm so sorry. I was on the side of the road. Boom! Do you see? The eyes. So on one end is a lion. On the other end, it's a human. Now watch this. Avion said, hey, this looks like, that looks like, whatchamacallit? That looks like a lion. Do you see the human head staring at you? We're gonna decode the pictures now. We're gonna decode the pictures now, okay? This is the video. I took this video. We're getting towards the end. Sorry about the trucks, guys. I was on the side of the road capturing this pre-flood base. Renata, how do you know it's pre-flood? Because I know this is where the water came up to. Look at my mouse. Look at my mouse. Because I know this is where the water came up to. Okay, one more. We're almost done. Now, Renata. Okay. How do you know this is pre-flood? Let's look at this. Okay, so let's end this. Okay. All right, let's end that. And let's look at this. I'm here. I'm still here. I'm trying to find it on this side. Okay. Let's look at this. Read this. Let me read it to you. Let's make this bigger. Now, who was it that said, hey, this looks Hindu? Because I am of the belief that the ancient Dravidians were a part of Atlantis, the pre-flood civilization. I'm going to tie it all in. I'm going to tie it all in. Now, watch this. Narasimha Swami, half human, half lion. What? Narasimha is Vishnu. Renetta, what? No, you guys didn't hear me. Nobody here heard what I just said. Did anybody hear what I just said? Thank you, Ikara. I think you heard. Let me say that again. Vishnu's fourth avatar was half human, half lion. You guys didn't hear me. Because if you heard me, you would say, what? Vishnu is Dravidian Hindu. Okay, let me show you again, because some of you are still asleep. Let me show you again. Let me show you again. Let me show you again. This is what? This is a face, correct? This is a human face staring at us. Am I wrong? Thank you, Chanelli. Is anybody else in the house? Yes, E. Carter, thank you. Thank you, Avion. Thank you, Paige. This is a human head. This video is in Texas. This video is in Texas. Let me say it again. This video is in Texas. Not India, Texas. Okay? All right, so this is the front end. Da, 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 da. Hold on. So what's this? At the back end, it's a lion. Whoa, Renetta. What? A lion on one side of the mountain staring at you. And a human on the other end of the mountain staring at you. And in the middle, everyone said this looks like an Asian temple. Okay. So, what's this? In Hindu theology, because it's not mythology, Narasimha is the fourth avatar of the god Vishnu. How is Vishnu depicted? I said Anybody in the house today? Can anybody read the screen tonight? Amethyst, welcome. Half man and half lion. Hold on. I said, hold on. Vishnu is half man, half lion. Why is there a mountain in Texas that looks like a Hindu temple that is half man and half lion? Hold on. You guys are not getting it. Amethyst said, I can cook you doubles. Woo! Amethyst, I want some doubles, girl. You guys ain't getting this. This is in Texas. You guys ain't getting this. This is in Texas. Why is there a mountain in Texas that looks like an ancient Hindu temple that is half man, half lion? But hold on. Hold on. Sekhmet. Sekhmet. Hold on. Sekhmet. Vishnu, fourth avatar, was half human, half lion. Sekhmet was half human, half lion. What? It means that the ancient Dravidians, it means that the ancient Egyptians, it means that the ancient civilization a closer look at the entire site looks like writings, weight lid letters. We got to break that down, Linda. The ancient Hindus, the ancient Egyptians, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. Behold, they were one. Behold, they were one. Now let's decode. I'm about to hit you with a hammer. You're going to say, Renata, this is too much truth. They're going to get you. They ain't getting me at all. Let's break down the pictures. This is the lion head. This is the lion head, the lion's head. As you guys can see, this is a photo of the lion's head, and he's staring as you're coming onto the traffic, onto the highway. You're met by the lion's head, but don't forget the elongated skull. Looking up to the heavens. Do you see him? Do you see the elongated skull? Do you see his eyes? Do you see his nose? Do you see his mouth? His chin, I should say. This is his lips. And his chin, looking up to the heavens. And he has an elongated skull. Okay, next to the man, looking up to the heaven, is the lion-headed being, the lion. Hold on. That looks like an African lion. Hold on. That looks like a lion from Asia. That doesn't look like an American mountain lion. Say, what are you doing in the desert in Texas? Because the earth was one. Oh, I'm going to prove it to you. Oh. Okay, here we see a being staring at me. Do you see the being? He has a big head. Do you see the being? There he is. You see him staring at me. He's millions of years old. Let me zoom in. Do you see him? Do you see him? Because the earth was one. And that wasn't necessarily a good thing, but somebody didn't like the white race and the black race and the not race, because what we learned from Osiris and Isis is that it was one human race. Pangea, Pebbles, you got it. Pangea. Okay? What we learned from when Isis and Osiris created humanity, the original blueprint were titans, was that we were created to be one. Remember this? We were created to be one. This is the genetic strand that flows through all of us. But there's a race here missing. I don't know who's the missing race here. I don't know. There's one that's missing. And this is the pure-blooded European white stock. And we're talking about the humans. I'll decode this mountain another day. When Isis and Osiris created the original blueprint of the titans, the humanist titans, who walked with the gods, they were created as one. Okay? All right. Now let's move. Okay, so that's the mountain. I'm going to show you something. Focus on this part. Focus on this part. Okay, focus on this part. Now I'm going to show you the other side of the mountain. This is the picture that I took of the other side of the mountain. Let me just outline. Boom, 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 boom. Let's outline so you can see the face. I just want you to see the face. Mark up. Because you know we do markups here. And this one is at an angle. Okay. Okay. Let me do yellow. Because the red is like, it's not bright enough. Let me do yellow. Hold on. I want you guys to see this. Okay. And then you see his nose. He has a big, broad nose. He has high cheekbones. Okay. He has big, thick, broad lips. You see that? You see him? Do you see him? On one end, it's the human. On the other end, and when we go back to the creation mountain, look at this. The original prototype, it's right here. Look at this original prototype. You're going to see the same eyes, nose, and lips. Look at this. Crop, markup. Look at this. Okay, let me go back to crop. Look at this. You remember, they read right to left. So we got to go right to left. Look at this. We're dealing, the original prototype had robust lips. I don't care if people make fun of people's features. I don't give a damn. Okay. The original prototype had full lips. Okay. Granted, we're looking at an angle. Okay. I'm not making fun of anyone's features. The original prototype had robust lips. Even when you look at the original prototype of the white race, they had, go and look at those, when they find those early skeletons of the white race, they all had robust, big features. It was for survival. The bigger head, the bigger eyes, the bigger nose, the bigger lips was for mere survival. Okay? It's right there. Granted, I'm looking at this as an angle, so it's going to look like it's drooping down to the side. Okay? This is the mountain of Osiris and Isis. Why? Go look at the early archaeological sites of when they dig up the Europeans and then they reconstruct them. They don't find them with thin noses and thin lips. That came later. That came way later. When they find them, their noses are bigger. Look at Cro-Magnon. The head is bigger. The lips are bigger. The noses are bigger. The eyes are bigger. Why? Survival. Okay? Survival. Right? Look at that. Watch that. Boom. He's right there, staring at you through the mountain. This is not in the same place. This is 200 miles difference. This mountain and this one is about, not 200 miles, about 100 miles in between these two. Okay? Do you see him? A corner face. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's the base of the mountain. But we're not stopping there. I'm about to drop the bombshell on you. So we know there is an ancient mythology, which is not a mythology, because it's even in the Bible. What? Vanessa, what are you talking about? It's in the Bible. I showed you 10,000 years ago, over 10,000 years ago. This is quite possibly millions of years old. The depiction of the god lion. This mountain is millions of years old. And in this mountain, we see the god man. We see the god lion. In this mountain, we see the god lion. In the Hindu creation story, we see the god lion. In the Kemetic story. Hold on. What? What? We see the God, the lion, man, who's God. Even in your Bible. The difference is, in the Hindu tradition, it's 10,000 years. In the Kemetic tradition, I believe the Kemites are way older than they're telling us. And as someone rightfully mentioned, Lyra, the Lyran. And here we see, adopted by the Old Testament writers, the god lion tradition, where the lion and the man are one. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? And I'm going to drop the bombshell on you. I'm going to drop the bombshell. Are you seeing the line where the man and the lion, the human and the lion are one? And in all throughout Africa, even though the kings wear the leopard, the king must take on battle with the lion in order to be king. It is a tradition. That is how old this is. This ain't no 6,000 years, people. This is pre-flood knowledge. This is pre-flood knowledge, where the man and the lion become one to do what? When you become a king, the king must embody the lion. These mountains are before the flood. Let me show you. This mountain is before the flood. But I'm not stopping there. So the mountain is talking about an ancient king who's the embodiment of the lion and of the man. The ancient Kemites talk about Sekhmet. The ancient Kemites talk about the pharaoh and the lion. And the lion is the protector of the pharaohs. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you how old this is. The reclining lion, sorry, I can't make it any bigger, could be seen as a guardian figure, since the ancient Egyptians believed that two lions guarded the horizon where the sun rose and set. What? People, are you guys catching this? One is where the sun rises in the east. And the other is where the sun sets. Right there. One end of the mountain is where the sun rises. And the man looks like he's mixed with the lion. He doesn't look 100% human. Look. He does not look 100% human. He looks like he's mixed with a lion. And he is where the sun rises in the east. And if you follow the mountain, boom! The lion is where the sun sets in Texas. How could a mountain in Texas tell us the ancient history of India? How could a mountain in Texas tell us the ancient history of Kemet? Boom! If I said if they were not one. but it goes deeper. Everybody, say, Renetta, go there, drop the anvil, drop the hammer on their heads. Everybody say, Renetta, drop the hammer. Renetta, stop holding back and drop the hammer on their heads. There was no such thing as the white race. Bullshit. There was no such thing as the black race. Bullshit. I want to drop the hammer. Say, Renetta, drop the hammer. There was no such thing as the white race. There was no such thing as the black race. Because the earth was one and we became too powerful. We became too powerful. We became too powerful. We became too powerful. And somebody said, Somebody said, Somebody said, nah. Somebody said, nah, they too big. They be too tall. Their brains be too big. They too musculocious. They too intelligent. Somebody had a problem and say they too united. They all speak the same language. They all the mighty ones. They have way too much knowledge of the gods that they can build things up to the heavens to reach us. Cuckoo towers. And somebody said, nah. Pebbles, I'm showing you who said it. And the Lord said, God damn these kiss me ass people. Somebody said, nah. Somebody said, nah. We can have them all titanium and titanalicious and titanalicious. We can have them with these big brainy things in their head. We can have them all musculicious. We can have them all extra musculicious, building bricks up to the heavens. We can have them all big-brained and big-boned. We can have none of this. And the Lord said, these damn humans, they are one. Yahweh, Pebbles, Yahweh. Yahweh said we can have black people. Yahweh said we can have white people. Yahweh said we can't have Asians. Yahweh said we can't have people in the Middle East. We can't have people in the Pacific. We can't have them speaking the same language. We can't have them building towers to the heavens to reach us. We can't have that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyway, are you ready for me to drop the hammer? So that, my friends, lion on one end. They want you to believe that the lion man God is from the Old Testament. No, honey. These mountains are millions of years old. Good point, Linda. You got it, Pebbles. These mountains are millions of years old, and we can see the striation where the water reached. So don't come to tell me the water covered this. Try again. We can see where the water reached. But anyway, we ain't here for that. So the concept of the God, man, lion. Do you see how old these mountains are? It's millions of years old. Ain't no 6,000 years the God, man, lion existed. Yes, Pebbles, you got it. Now watch this. Let's get to the center before I drop the hammer. We went through this, and all, you guys can see these are figures carved into the side of the mountain, and everybody can see where the waters reached. And they made sure, and they, yes, Miss knows it all. You got it. You got it. Who came down and said, we going to, and listen, if I had a channel saying white people are the devil, I'd have 1 million views. If I were black saying black people are whatever, I'd have 1 million followers. But because I am saying fuckery, they came here and said, we don't like the fact that they're one. I got 35 people watching today. Because I don't have a channel bashing white people, and I don't have a channel bashing black people, I only got 35 people watching. But whatever. You know why? Because the racism in your head is a .exe file, people. It's a file. It's a program. It's a long-running program. I ain't dropped the hammer yet, brother. I ain't dropped the hammer yet. Let me hurry up and drop the hammer. Let me hurry up and drop the hammer. So we see here. Look at the striation. Let me outline the striation so you can see. Okay, look, marker. This is the striation right here. This is where the water came. You see, these people were intelligent. They knew a flood was coming. Okay? They knew a flood was coming. So they said, we ain't stupid. We know you are coming here to destroy the human race. So they made sure, and they built monuments above that flood level. No, he didn't, Linda. No, he did not create the original template. Yahweh created a template, not the template. Yahweh created a bunch of people that would be slaves. Osiris and Isis created a bunch of people that would be powerful. Big difference. Big difference. And don't tell me Yahweh didn't create it, not me, humans to be slaves. It's in the book. Slaves, obey your masters. Don't tell me it's not in there. It's in there. Okay? Now watch this. This is where the water came because the ancients knew Yahweh was coming to hit the earth with a flood. So they made sure and they found places, mountains that were above the flood. And they left the history there. But hold on, I'm about to drop the hammer. Renata, say everybody say Renata, drop the hammer. Renata, we've been waiting long enough. Drop the hammer. Da, 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 da. Renata, drop the hammer. Let me show another picture. While I'm about to drop the hammer, watch this. This is Texas. Do you see anything unique about these mountains? This is Texas. This is like 5 miles from that mountain not even 5 miles, like a mile or two from that mountain I just showed you. Do you see anything unique about these mountains? I'm about to drop the hammer. Pyramids! Thank you, E. Carter. But what kind of pyramids? Look closely. You want me to zoom in? Does that look like normal pyramids to you? Pyramids, Teresa. Thank you, Pebbles. I'm going to drop the hammer on their heads. Do you see anything unique about these pyramids in Texas? Let me show you. Then I'm going to drop the hammer. Watch this. Pyramids to your right, pyramids to your left. But I thought these two pyramids were really unique. Renata, what's so unique about these pyramids? Let me show you. Have you ever seen pyramids? Why is this thing not doing, all of a sudden it's not highlighting? You see the bullshit? All of a sudden now it's not letting me highlight. Can you imagine? Hold on. Now it's not moving. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. It's not letting me highlight. Okay, watch this. Have you ever seen pyramids with 2 eyes and a smile and rows of teeth? Have you ever seen pyramids with 2 eyes staring at you? With rows of teeth, and the male, he has a female. Have you ever seen pyramids with 2 eyes and one big smile staring at you? Welcome to the pyramids of West Texas. Boom! And they made sure rock, paper, scissors, hammers. And they made sure, let me show you what's important, that they built this above sea level, honey. So when the flood came, they were like, nah, you ain't catching us. This is right next door to the lion-headed pyramid. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm about to drop the hammer on you guys. I hope you guys ready for this. West Texas pyramids, right? Okay. Now let me get to the meat of the matter. Boom, boom, boom. This is in the center of the lion-headed pyramid. I want you guys to see this. Let me know when you see them. Let me know when you see them. The tower. Was the tower buried? That's a great question, Pebbles. I don't know. This is in the dead center. Let me go back and show you the video. This video is really important. Let me show you the video. Okay? Okay. Let me get to it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hold on. Right here. You see right here? It's small on the screen. I can't enlarge it any bigger because it's just going to raise the volume up, but they're right here. Why are these two carvings important? I'm going to zoom in so you can see. Why are these two carvings important? Because it lets us know. Yes, Avion! Two massive heads. Avion, you on it, sis. You on it, sis. You can see. Two massive heads. Why are these two massive heads so important? Because they're telling us who this was built for. Boom. Now you know how we do. Let's mark them up. Boom. Okay. And the rest is shadow. Okay? The rest is shadow. That's one. Now this one is really peculiar because this one has a feathered headdress, a feathered cap, which is the tradition. This one has a feather in the middle. Okay, his mouth, I messed up on the mouth. There we go. Hold on, let me redo the eye. And let me redo the mouth. Hold on, let me redo the mouth. All right, now let's do the nose. Ooh. Okay, and now the eyes. And then, yes, like creases on the head here. And then we see, boom. Nope, I don't believe they're Nephilim, honey. These are prototypes of the original humans. Look. Oh, now you're talking. One looks like Olmec, but the other's not an Olmec. One looks like an Olmec, but the other's not an Olmec. Native indigenous face and Afro features, but one of them does not have West African Bantu features, but I'm going to show you who the next one is. Right here in West Texas. One has an elongated skull. Okay, right here in West Texas. Now watch this. Renetta, why is that important? Renetta, let me remove the illustrations. Do you guys see them hiding in the side of the mountain in West Texas? Let me make this brighter. Hold on. Let me adjust the filter here so you can make them brighter. Do you see them hiding in West Texas? Two heads, clear as day. The fact. Clear, plain as day, hiding in an ancient mountain in West Texas, above the sea level, where the flood would not destroy them. We've been lied to. I said we've been lied to, but I'm about to bring it home. I'm about to bring it home. Yes, one of them is bluish, a bluish greenish color. I'm about to bring it home in a mountain in West Texas. Why? Because they lied to us about what was going on the earth before the flood, so they can destroy the human race. Because we were too powerful. We were united. And something up there said, they're a threat. Let's come down and let's jack them up. Let me show you why this is powerful. I'm about to hit it to you, honey. I'm about to. Do you see this? On the left is Pharaoh. On the right is West Texas. Somebody upstairs said they're too powerful. Let me ask you a question. Isn't that on the right, that picture? I took it myself with my own camera, and I have to go back and get better shots. Isn't that the exact image of Pharaoh? Let me see it again. On the left is Pharaoh. So who's that on the right that looks exactly like him? I said I stand. If on the left is Pharaoh, who is that on a mountain that's 1,000,000 years old that looks exactly like Pharaoh? Ah! Let me ask you again, because some of you are asleep. If on the left is Pharaoh, who's that carved into a mountain that's millions of years old, that looks exactly like Pharaoh? You're seeing it with your own two eyes. Hold on! I'm not done dropping the hammer on the heads of the liars, because you lied to us. Because you lied to us. Now watch this. This is the Ethiopian crown. You see the bulb at the top for a globed earth. This is the crown of the Incan king, with a bulb at the top for a globe earth. The Ethiopians were sun people. The Incan were sun people. Hold on. This is the Mongol king. This is his crown. Do you notice the dome at the top? Do you notice the dome at the top? The Incan, dome. The Ethiopian, dome. Ethiopia, dome crown. Incan, dome at the top. Mongolian, dome. This is the Hindu, Shiva, dome with a bulb at the top. This Egyptian pharaoh, dome with a bulb at the top. This is West Texas, dome at the top. Why? Why is there a mountain millions of years old with a dome on top of his head in West Texas, the Americas, North America? We get to Egypt, Pharaoh has a dome on the top of his head. We get to India, Shiva, dome on the top of the head. We get to Asia, dome on the top of the head. We get to the Incans, Central America, South America, dome on the top of their heads. We get to East Africa, dome on the top of their heads. Dome, 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 dome. All before, except for this dome. The flood, they shrunk our dome. Is anyone in the building? You see it carved in stone. Renata, they did not write in stone. Open your eyes, zombie. This is stone. Open your eyes, Then they tell us we were Nephilim. No, we were not Nephilim. We were brilliant. Someone said, these Negroes, these color-coded human Negroes, and I'm talking about the white ones too. I'm talking about the white ones too, because you're on that mountain as well. These color-coded Negroes, they growing too big for their britches. Use brown Negroes, use Asian Negroes, use Caucasian Negroes. Your dome is getting too big for your britches. So somebody came down. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this one. Woo! So somebody came down. So somebody came down. I said, we need to recreate this bitch, okay? With less brain in their heads, because they're going to get in trouble. You African Negroes, you dome-headed American Negroes, you Asian Negroes, and you Caucasian Negroes, you got too much damn brain in your head. Somebody said. I said, somebody said. Somebody said you got too much goddamn brain in that head. Somebody came down. I said somebody came down. Say it after me, somebody. And the Lord said, these people got too much brain in that head. Woo! Woo! Then they labeled us Nephilim. Woo! Listen. Then they labeled us Nephilim. They cut off. People, use your brains. How could there be statues on this planet the size of buildings? How could there be architecture the size that they were with doors 10 feet high? Where did those people go? People, you got to start thinking. It wasn't Nephilim. It was us. Don't you get it? It was us. And somebody said, God damn, we made a mistake. I said, somebody said, behold, these damn people. Hey, I did it again. Every time we progress, Every time we break that barrier they put in front of us, people wake up, they're doing it again. They say, God damn, these children, we dumbed them down. We castrated them. Yes, Avion, they're us. They're not Nephilim, they're us. You don't believe me? They're us. People, we are living where they're turning humans into computers. And you're still thinking they were Nephilim? They weren't Nephilim. They were us. And when they succeed, if they succeed, people, wake up. If they succeed in turning the human race into cyborgs, they're going to slander us. They're going to tell the cyborgs, you see those humans? They were the ancient Nephilim. I am cracking their skulls tonight. I'm the nutcracker. If they succeed, because they're on earth again, and they turn the human race into cyborgs, they're going to slander us to the cyborgs. They're going to tell the cyborgs, don't look into the past. Those people in the past, God had to wipe them out. You know why? Honey, I shrunk the Nephilim. They're going to tell the cyborgs, well, we won't even have books. They're going to tell the cyborgs, don't look into the past. You see those ancient humans? Those ancient humans, they were evil. They were doing all sorts of stuff. So God had to destroy the planet and recreate the human race. And you see, you beloved cyborgs, God loves you so much, you're the chosen race. Fuckery! They're doing it again. They're doing it again. They're doing it again. Right in front of our face. They're changing the humans into cyborgs, and they're going to turn those cyborgs on us. This is why I said to you, all the giants weren't eating people. Remember, that's not what they told us. They told us all the giants were eating people. Nope. They came and messed with the DNA of some of the giants and turned them into cannibals because they wanted to exterminate us, the giants. What are they doing now? They're tinkering with the human DNA again. They say, God damn it, we shrunk their brains. It didn't work. God damn it, we shrunk their height. It didn't work. God damn it, we cut off their telomeres. We shrunk their DNA. We unraveled their DNA. It didn't work. 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 They say, fuck it, we're going to turn them into computers. And it will not work. Let me go back again. Behold, the people is one. What is wrong with why don't they want humanity to be one? That's why they took away the true oneness. The true oneness is this mountain of Isis and Osiris. This is the true oneness of the human race, not the fuckery and the bullshit they tell you, which is, God's chosen race. God has a chosen race. Your God is the devil. If your God has one chosen race, your God is the devil. When Isis and Osiris showed us the template, yes, Ram. We are remember. Every member count. And then they lied to us. They took away the oneness. This is the oneness that we had. We were one. You see the white lines. That's the DNA that binds the human race together. You see, I'm only going to get 31 people watching this video. You know why? Because I'm not peddling the white race is the devil. They got codes in their heads. There's programs in their heads that's running. I am not here bashing black people. We got programs in our heads. bad programs. We got good programs in our heads. We got bad programs in our heads. The RAM is the memory, and the RAM is the RAM. The RAM. In that book, it says, I have a ram. That Yahweh told Abraham, I got a ram prepared. Ram. There you go. Ram. Let's continue. This was the oneness we had on this planet. One, because we had a shared genetic code on this mountain of the Osirian, the Isis and Osirian mountain of creation. It was one human race with one genetic code across the colors. And then they came down and took away that oneness and then told us, fuckery, that God has a chosen race. Bullshit. And then shrunk us, cut off our heads, changed our skulls, erased our memories, and turned us violent as hell. Because when you tamper with that DNA, the people always go crazy. When you mess with that DNA because you're not the creator, the people always go crazy. Let me say it again. Black Johnny, welcome. Let me say it again. When you mess with the DNA because you are not the creator, the people always go crazy. Because you didn't create the code. Let's continue. Never forget, look at this. We were one. They're going to say, but that's our rulers. Our rulers had the cone heads. But do you know it is the king who gave birth to the people? How could the king have domed heads and the people have regular heads? People, it doesn't make sense. And why would the humans have a different race ruling them? No, we had domed heads and they cut it off. They flooded the planet, wiped them out, changed our skulls, cut down our height. This is why they don't want you studying the creation story of the indigenous people. We were the titans. We got hit. We got shrunk into the giants. They got hit. Then we were told. Then we got hit again. And then they divided us big time. I believe the original humans were 30 feet and above. Then we got hit. Then we got shrunken to the giants. Then we got hit again. Then we got shrunken to tall people. It's carved into all the mountains. We had cone heads. And they kept hitting us and hitting us and hitting us. They're doing it now. They're doing it now. Nobody can say, no one on earth can say they're not doing it. We're watching them change the humans into cyborg computers now. We had cone heads before. Hold on. Look at this one. This is another. I want you to see this one. This one is powerful. Watch this one. This is the Ethiopian crown. Watch this. This is Africa. Dome. 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 Watch that. Watch carefully. Dome. This is Africa. Dome. Dome representing a globed earth. Watch this. Rectangle. Okay? That's Ethiopia. This is the Incan crown. Dome. Dome. Dome, dome, rectangle, dome. What? Wait, whoa. What? Let's do it again. This is the Ethiopian crown. This is Africa. Let me say this again. This is the Ethiopian crown. This is Africa. I should have shown some European crowns. Yeah. Well, I wasn't even thinking about that. I should have. Okay? Watch this. Dome. Dome. Globe earth. Globe. Globe. globe, rectangle. Watch this. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Dome. That's an African crown. Okay, let's go to the Incan crown in the Americas. What? What? Globe, 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 globe. Dome, globe. Whoa. Whoa. Conical. Whoa, 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 whoa. How could the crown in Africa, East Africa, look exactly like an Incan crown in the Americas? Hold on. This is Shiva. Dome. Sorry. Globe. 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 What? The dome means they had an elongated head, meaning there was a big brain underneath. Cone. And watch this. And this is what's unique. This is what's unique about the Indian crown, the Hindu crown. You see that? That's a nub on top. So watch the cone. I call it a dome, right? It's the same thing. Watch the dome. Watch the dome. And then there's a nub on top. That's India. Now watch this. This is the Americas. We showed you the dome. And watch this one. This one we showed you with the pharaoh. Let me find him. You see? How is it that India, watch this, we have the cone with the nub on top, India. We have the cone with the nub on top, Africa. What? We get to the Americas. Sorry, it's like far to the end. Let me pull it out by itself. And we got the mega cone on top of his head. What? What? They're going to say, no, Renetta, that was the Nephilim. Does that look like a damn Nephilim to you? That looks like a human. Somebody didn't like that the human race was too smart. The brain was too big. The height was too tall. And they were too intelligent. So they hit you with a flood. Wiped you out, erased your memory, and turned you into slaves. And here we are today with them doing the exact same thing. Wow. Wherever this is, these are, whoa, where is this? I gotta find this. Sorry. There's this picture. I don't know about this picture. Polygon patch. The Giant's Causeway. Whoa, look at this. All right, let me stop now. Stop screen. Here we are today. Here we are today, where we're watching the same entities change the human race into soulless, unthinking cyborgs because they installed mind viruses in our heads. If you want to know, yes, if you want to know how Yahweh and the Elohim, who are not on our side, not all the Elohim are bad, but the Elohim is not good. They are not our friend. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are. And Yahweh is not good. Yahweh is not a good guy. The way how Yahweh did the division, it's called mind viruses. Why does the black race and the white race, why can't they get along? Why? The Elohim, I believe, illegally took this planet as theirs, but that's another story. Why are there constant wars on this planet? Every day, every year, there's a new enemy and people dying. Why? Because the planet was taken by storm and put under a wicked blood covenant. Why was there an election in Mexico? And it was reported on the news. 37 candidates were taken out. Blood covenants, people. Blood covenants. We are under a wicked, monstrous blood covenant. And that is how they are holding this planet in its grip. We have to abandon these blood covenants, people, because these entities have no fear of blowing up this planet. They flooded it once. Yahweh is not a good guy, people. I'm going to tell you again, Yahweh is not a good guy. They wiped out the human race, not because of genetic engineering. Now, I am not saying there was not genetic engineering. There was. But we don't know who actually did the genetic engineering and used it as a means to wipe out the human race, to cover up the bad experiments. What do you mean, Renetta? Look at what they did the last 4 years. And now they realize the experiment has gone bad and they're trying to push a world war. That is why you can't believe what they tell you is history. You got to go to the indigenous people and sit and talk to them and ask them, what is your creation story? What is your origin story? What are your ancient oracles? They told, oh, the races before, they were doing the genetic experiments. But we're watching them do it today. And we're watching one tribe do it today. And that one tribe, because of the failed experiment, now they're pushing the world into world war, people. And these are the same people that gave you their interpretation of that book. Yahweh is not the good guy, people. Wake up. Love you guys. Now, how do we fix this? We must abandon and abolish all blood covenants. The human blood belongs in the human body, not shed on the ground for some entity. Okay, number one. I am not saying there's not a time for war. We live on a planet where there are wicked entities and there is a time for war. But what I am not saying is that we do not engage in the act of sacrifice. Sacrifice means to kill something. We must become a planet of life. And yes, we must have defense because the universe is not all roses. We must have defense, but not a runaway policy that just kills people to shed blood. Shedding blood in war should be the last resort, not a means to escape an experiment gone bad. And now the people woke up and realized the people doing this are the people who claim to have written that Old Testament. Huh? Okay. All right, people, wake up, love each other. And I'm not saying all of them are involved in it. I am saying the gatekeepers are the ones that are involved in it. Not all those people are involved. So don't run around hating all people. I am saying the gatekeepers are the ones who are involved. Huh? Guys, love each other, love yourself, and I hope you see the mountains in a different light. Bye.